actors and actresses and music people live, because we've got some stuff to talk about. P. Diddy, Jay-Z, some Bieber stuff, some Kim K stuff. So stick around, we will do it. But first, you know the drill, you know the deal. We gotta do some channel maintenance, some channel hygiene. If you're new here, welcome to my nonsense. If you're old here, welcome back. Oh geez, if you're new here, please consider hitting subscribe. And if you're old here, go double check, make sure you're subscribed, hit the like. If you like, leave a comment. It could be anything related to the video. It could just be hello, a few emojis, whatever, as long as it's cool and respectful. Hit the notification bell. As always, I'll link my tip jars down yonder in the description box. No pressure whatsoever, but every $1 or $2 helps. That is what allows me to continue to make content. Also, you are invited to my Patreon. I know not everybody can come, but you can't say you weren't invited. I post a lot over there. Alright. Before I pop this in, I do need a sip of coffee because it is early. I am back to waking up at 5 a.m., so I have time to film. It's just a necessary part of this household if I want quiet time. Let's start with P. Diddy. Let's just start there. And Jay-Z. So there is an alleged victim that has come forward and looped Jay-Z into this whole these activities. Now, I have no doubts in my mind that Jay-Z knew about, participated, had some involvement in his best friend's activities. I don't know how much, I don't know. I mean, who am I? But, come on. After I saw that video a long time ago where Jay-Z has escaped doing a paternity test on a boy that claims to be his son. The mom has deceased, and she never even told him who his dad was. She did tell her friend who she was giving her son to as she was dying who his dad was. And when you look at the kid, I see Jay-Z. The kid's not a kid anymore, the kid is an adult. Anyways, I'm like going on a tangent, but for years and years and years, his new adopted mom or whatever was trying to get Jay-Z to just take the paternity test. It shouldn't take years, but Jay-Z's lawyers did it. They evaded paternity tests for many years until they gave up. And it's really sad, but listen to this. This is why I'm telling you this story. If Jay-Z is the father of this boy, then his mom was underage when she got pregnant. Which is probably a big reason he did not want to take the test, because that would come out. And that's why I think he's up to the same shenanigans as his BFF. So, this alleged victim, and I guess we have to say that, but her story is very, I don't know, I wish it wasn't like this, but her story has a lot of holes, and granted, she was a child at the time, but she purposely put some, it was back there hacking up a lung, things that maybe didn't even need to be in the story, but that now they're checking out that didn't happen. One of them being that she was like kind of sneaking out that night, and she saw on the big MTV screen the award ceremony and stuff, and then MTV went and said we didn't have a screen that night. She said that her dad picked her up from that night when it all happened, and her dad said, she went to the award ceremony, and there was all these limos, and then P. Diddy's driver was like, hey, what are you doing out here, kid? Because I think she was 13 at the time. And she's like, I don't know, trying to sneak into this event, I guess. And he's like, why don't you just come with us? Like, hang out here and then come with us after. And that's when it all went down. At an after party for an awards ceremony. So we'll see how that unfolds. But like I said, it makes me nervous because I don't want this to go in directions where it's going to take away from, I don't know. I don't know what to think. There's also, this isn't super new, but over the last few months, I've seen 2 separate women. They're not filing charges. They were adults, I believe, full adults. That doesn't make any of this not a crime or not right, but that said, they were YouTube's so sensitive to words. They were, victims of P. Diddy and Kanye together. And Kanye, he's just jumping on I don't like him, but he always jumps on the like, oh, that's them, not me. But these 2 women, I think one of them was in the music industry, and the other one, I can't remember what she was in, but they had arranged for like meetings, and then they get to these meetings and they turn into parties, like little, not parties because there's nobody, it's like the woman, Kanye, P. Diddy, and some security. Okay. And then drinks are given. The one girl didn't drink the drink because she said she just didn't want to drink at all anyway. She wasn't there to drink, so she turned down the drink, and they were like forcing her to drink. And so she took like a little sip and was trying to, I don't know, it was so uncomfortable. And it was so sad because she said things were getting really aggressive, and she's trying to be chill, and she's looking at the security guards and stuff, and they're not doing anything because they're not her security, they are their security, and she's literally looking them straight in the eye like, is somebody gonna help me? And they don't. And they don't. There is vacancies in hell with people's names on it. Now both of these women were not filing any charges, but they did want to tell their story. And I believe them. I totally believe them. I think Kanye is, look at the other stuff that's been surrounding Kanye. He's been, imagine you're at work and your boss wants to show you his favorite corn of the day. Imagine you're at work and, your boss is asking you questions about your life. Like, he's so gross. He is so gross. They're all so gross. I guess that P. Diddy is in whatever cell, jail is New York, right? Is there multiple? I don't know what jail he's in, but he's begging them to take him to the hospital. I'm pretty sure nothing has happened to him because I think he's kept in solitary, I think. But he's begging to go to the hospital for, they didn't say why. Most people are calling BS because there are doctors and there are doctors in there that would know if he had like a life-threatening illness. I'm not gonna say that there hasn't been people in jail or prison that have been ignored and then bad things have happened. That is true. That is true. There was, oh God, there's been some tragic because there was somebody in jail and they had like diabetes and didn't know it yet, and they passed while they were like saying something's wrong, you know, so it does happen, but if something, well, I want him to go to trial. I was just gonna say if something happens, like, cool, but we need to see this trial. We need to see if he's gonna give up anything. We can't have him Epsteined or somebody's locked up in the same, Luigi's in the same jail as Puff right now. Okay, just really quickly, Wendy Williams is okay again. I don't understand what's going on with Wendy Williams because she does have some very threatening illnesses, but she goes like months of being on her deathbed, and then in the news it's like she's okay, woo, and I'm like, good. But then it happens again, and every time it happens, there's some conspiracy surrounding it, or her family is like taking her money, or her ex-husband is taking her money, or her son is doing something, but they say right now she's okay, and I'm thinking, okay, Wendy, like right now is the time to talk while you're feeling okay. If you're up to it, like say it all, because in a couple months, if you go back to your and there's she's always had a history of substance issues and stuff too, so I don't know if that's playing a part into it, but if you're okay right now and you're clear-headed, like spit it out, because you don't know when that ability is going to be taken away from you, and we're all listening now. Like, she's been trying to say it over the years. She's always had beef with Puff, and he's always managed to shut her up. So I think now she could really talk, get it out, and we can be all ears, you know? And I hope she continues to stay healthy and that her illnesses chill out and she doesn't take substances on top of those illnesses, you know? Oh my god, did you guys see Khloe Kardashian's face? I think there's no going back from this. She can't smile. She looks like so tight-faced, and her nose is so like shortened, and it's there's no going back from this one. She literally ruined her face, and she was cute. I think she's always been cute. I know she looks different than her sisters, but she's always had her own look, and she just was doing stuff, and this one was it. This one was the one. This was the straw that broke the camel's back. But in other Kardashian news, Travis Barker directed some kind of Christmas video with Kim Kardashian in it. Okay. And was it Justin Bieber, or yeah, I think it's like a Bieber Kardashian video. Don't quote me on that part, but Kim's definitely in it. And it is weird. It's very 70s, 60s, 70s, and you know that already weirds me out if you've been here for a long her sister. Y'all are super weird together. All they do is French kiss all day. And like the kids are in the background. Courtney's older kids like, stop, ew, and they don't stop. It's just so uncomfortable. But here he has this music video. He has this music video. He's the director of it. Kim's in it. Kim's all sultry and sexy in it. And the day of filming, I don't know if this was the day of filming the video or the day of singing. Kim K's singing in it. You can see the family on the couch at the studio. And you can tell that Courtney is like, ew, what really is this? I would not stand for this. This is, it's weird. And I guess everybody, the comments on the video were kind of like mine, like, what the heck? And is it just Kim trying to stay relevant, or I don't know. And we'll see what kind of rift this puts in between Travis and Courtney's marriage. They're married, right? Yeah, they're married. Also, I remembered Chloe. Remember Chloe was married to Lamar Odom. And that was like, he ended up in a bunny house, a bunny ranch, ODing, and they ended up divorced or whatever. Well, now he's having a doll made. I don't know if it's a doll for sale to others or a doll for himself, but it's essentially a doll. And he said it is being made to look like Chloe. These people got too much money. If this is what money does, I don't want it. And the fact that he just says that, like, that's they don't have a get together, right? But come on, why are you saying that? You couldn't pick another type of doll. Another just doesn't have to look like some, I don't know. These people are weird. And then lastly, the Bieber and Justin Bieber and Hailey Bieber are, I guess, the public thinks they're about to get a divorce because she's on a girls' trip. He's at home with the baby. Okay. You know these people have help. And they're fighting on Instagram. They're like posting songs that are like F you to F you songs. And then Justin posted something about co-parenting, which is a term generally used when you're not together and you're still the parents of somebody. Now this baby is like 5 months, and I think it was her mom or one of their parents was like, oh, they're still adjusting to having a baby. Like, y'all are so out of touch. First of all, am I still adjusting? You're always readjusting. But, we don't have help. These people have 24/7. Right? You know, can you change a diaper? Can you mix up a bottle like 24/7? So, you know, maybe Justin's mad that she went on a girls' trip and she's trying to have fun, but she's not gonna have any fun if they're just arguing. That really just ruins your whole vacation if you're arguing with an ex or even a current partner. It's just gross. Like, I never want to be in an intense relationship again. I would never. I'm going to live my life. And I'm not going to argue every couple times a month, couple times a week. Like, nope. I'm going to state my piece and I'm going to keep it moving. Go about my life. I'm not going to wallow in it. And after I've made myself like clear a few times and you still, I have to do the same thing too if I'm irritating and somebody said it a few times. It doesn't matter if it's your husband or your kid or anything. Like,